History isn't always as it seems. Did you know that Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, was also a notorious womanizer? That's just a glimpse into the untold stories of the people we've come to revere. Behind the grand narratives and heroic deeds lie hidden truths, quirks, and even scandals that paint a much more human and complex picture. So, are you intrigued? Excited? Ready to have your mind blown? Buckle up for a journey through history like you've never seen before. We bring you 10 shocking facts about famous figures. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any exciting facts. Starting off our countdown at number 10, we have none other than Benjamin Franklin. Now, most of us remember him as one of the founding fathers of the United States. But behind that dignified image, Franklin had quite the reputation as a ladies' man. Yes, you heard it right. Franklin was known to have a complex personal life, with relationships spanning the globe. From London to Paris, his charm was irresistible to many women of his time. He was even rumored to have fathered an illegitimate child, although this claim remains unproven. His letters reveal a man who loved the company of women, not just for romantic reasons, but also for their intellect and companionship. His wit, charisma, and intelligence made him a magnet for many, and his relationships with women were a significant part of his life. Quite a departure from the image of a dignified statesman, isn't it? At number 9, we have a shocker from the world of science. Albert Einstein, the genius himself, had a secret family. Yes, you heard that right. The man whose name is synonymous with intelligence was also a master of disguise when it came to his personal life. Einstein had a secret daughter named Lieserl with his first wife, Mileva Maric. Little is known about Lieserl's fate, as Einstein and Maric kept her existence well hidden from the public. This has led to many speculations, but the truth remains shrouded in mystery. Einstein's relationship with Maric was tumultuous and filled with secrecy. They married in secrecy, and after their marriage was revealed, it was met with much controversy and scandal. Despite the genius that Einstein was, he was a man with secrets, a man who kept his family hidden from the world. So there you have it, Einstein, the secretive scientist. Genius and mystery, it seems, often go hand in hand. Coming in at number 8, did you know Hitler was a vegetarian and an animal lover? Yes, you heard it right. Adolf Hitler, the man synonymous with brutality and destruction, had a soft spot for animals and adhered to a strict vegetarian diet. He often expressed his distress over the suffering of animals, and even enacted several animal protection laws during his time in power. The irony here is palpable. Hitler, the man behind the Holocaust, the architect of some of the most heinous crimes against humanity, was also a man who couldn't bear to see an animal in pain. He often compared the mass production of meat to the mass murder he himself orchestrated, seemingly oblivious to the stark contradiction. This paradox paints a complex portrait of a man who managed to reconcile his love for animals with his utter disregard for human life. It's a chilling reminder that even the most monstrous of figures can harbor surprising quirks, a paradox of a man indeed. At number 7, we delve into the world of literature. William Shakespeare, the master of the English language, was actually illiterate. A shocking statement, isn't it? But this theory, known as the anti-Stratfordian theory, has gained traction over the years. It suggests that Shakespeare, a man of humble origins, lacked the formal education to pen such sophisticated works. The evidence? His 6 surviving signatures, all spelled differently, and all with a clumsy hand. This theory doesn't diminish the genius of the works attributed to Shakespeare. Instead, it opens the door to the possibility that the plays and sonnets we attribute to the bard might have been the work of a group of literary scholars. Or perhaps they were penned by a more educated contemporary, like Francis Bacon or Edward de Vere. The implications of this theory challenge our understanding of authorship and literacy in the Elizabethan era. It's a reminder that even the greatest of stories can have an unexpected twist. So much for the pen being mightier than the sword. Number 6 brings us to the realm of philosophy. Socrates, a revered philosopher, was actually condemned for corrupting the youth. The Athenian authority deemed Socrates a dangerous influence, his teachings too radical, his ideas too disruptive. He was put on trial in the heart of Athens in the year 499 BC. His crime? Encouraging his students to question everything, even the widely accepted beliefs of the society. The so-called Socratic method, which prompts critical thinking through persistent questioning, was seen as a direct threat to the established norms. Socrates was accused of not recognizing the gods that the city recognizes and introducing other new divinities. His undeniable influence over the young minds of Athens was seen as a dangerous threat to the stability of the city-state. And so, in a shocking twist of fate, the man who sought wisdom above all else was sentenced to death by consuming a cup of deadly hemlock. Perhaps wisdom isn't always appreciated in its time. At number 5, we have a shocker from the world of music. Beethoven, one of the greatest composers in history, was deaf. Diving into the life of Ludwig van Beethoven, it's a well-known fact that he began to lose his hearing in his late 20s. This tragedy could have been the end of many a musician's career, but not for Beethoven. His hearing loss was a slow and agonizing process, yet it didn't stop him from creating some of the most celebrated symphonies of all time. Believe it or not, Beethoven's hearing loss may have even influenced his music. Some suggest that as his hearing deteriorated, he began to favor lower, more resonant notes, which he could feel as vibrations. Despite the silence that enveloped his world, Beethoven's creativity and resilience were undeterred. His music didn't just survive, it thrived, echoing through the ages and inspiring generations of musicians. A testament to the power of passion over adversity. Number 4 brings us to the world of invention. Thomas Edison, credited with inventing the light bulb, didn't actually create it. It's a shocking revelation, isn't it? One of the most famous inventors of all time, the man whose name is synonymous with the word invention, didn't actually invent the thing he's most famous for. The truth is, the concept of electric light was not Edison's original idea. Several inventors had been experimenting with, and even patenting, their own versions of incandescent lamps years before Edison. However, what Edison did was improve upon these pre-existing designs and made them commercially viable. His version of the light bulb was the first to be practical, efficient, and long-lasting, which is why he's often credited with its invention. But in reality, the light bulb was the result of many minds and hands, not just Edison's. So while Edison does deserve recognition for his contribution, it's important to remember that invention is often a collective effort. Sometimes the spotlight shines on the wrong person. Coming in at number 3, King George III of England suffered from a rare disease that made him appear mad. This misunderstood monarch was plagued by a peculiar ailment called porphyria, a condition marked by bouts of abdominal pain, mental confusion, and hallucinations. It cast a dark shadow over his 40-year reign, often leaving him incapacitated and causing significant political upheaval. Misdiagnosed as insanity, his erratic behavior and unpredictable outbursts were the product of this physical affliction, a royal case of mistaken madness. At number 2, we have Vincent van Gogh, who only sold one painting during his lifetime. This Dutch artist, renowned for his distinctive style and bold use of color, battled relentless obscurity and personal demons. Despite pouring his soul onto canvas, Van Gogh's genius went unrecognized, his work deemed too avant-garde for his time. Yet today his paintings fetch millions at auction. His Starry Nights and Sunflower Fields celebrated worldwide, a poignant reminder that recognition, it seems, often comes too late. And finally, at number 1, we have Napoleon Bonaparte. Despite his reputation, he was not short. The misconception about Napoleon's height has been perpetuated by the British press, who depicted him as a tiny tyrant. In reality, he stood at a perfectly average 5'7". This myth, like many, has persisted due to its symbolic resonance, casting this powerful general as an underdog. So there you have it, the top 10 shocking facts about famous historical figures. History, it seems, is full of surprises. From scandalous statesmen to secretive scientists, we've journeyed through time, uncovering the unexpected sides of 10 familiar historical figures. We've unraveled the tyrant's taste, the bard's blemish, the philosopher's folly, and the composer's curse. We've exposed the inventor's ignorance, the monarch's madness, the artist's agony, and the general's guilt. Every story we've shared underscores the stunning complexity of human nature. Next time you think you know someone from history, remember, there's always more than meets the eye.